Jack is like a monster and a very explicit animal. When he was a youngster, I mean, the guy is brutal. The guy's a killer. I've never been on court with a guy that wanted it so badly, and you feel, man, you better not get this. You better not get this wrong. I always felt a little bit of great pressure and privilege to be on court with Jack, and I'm so lucky. And Joe was always the opposite. Joe was like, this guy's great. He just needs to know how great he is. And my job with Joe was to draw him out. My job with Jack was just to trim the edges and don't get, and sometimes it used to tipple over a little bit and we'd have, but now we come together and we hug and he, it's not, I'm with Jack sometimes and he openly says, if it wasn't for this guy, there's no way I'm doing what I'm doing. And I say to Jack, but if it wasn't for you, I'm nowhere near the coach that I would be either. But Joe, after he won the US Open last year, and he was having not the best year, let's just say that, he's obviously sitting at the airport about to come home, and he's written me a message, which I can't believe that Joe Salisbury wrote it. He basically said, you don't know how hard I had to fight for that victory today. I just want to let you know that I had to fight as hard as I've ever fought in my life. And he said, and that's from you. That's from you, Just. Yeah. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And I'm like, and what was emotional, Dan, was because it wasn't my ego. It was more, I'm destined to be here to help you. I'm destined to help you become the person that, not that I couldn't become, but I'm here for you. And the fact that you can feel that I'm here for you, I mean, come on.
Beautiful.
Come on.
Yeah.
I had a moment like that. And I'm with 200 kids and parents last year, and Jack Draper's turned up because as part of my role in Surrey is that I get to invent tournaments and run the county program, so I can have the Jack Draper Invitational tournament. And Jack, guess who's going to be here? Jack Draper's going to be here. So he turns up at the end of the tournament and he talks to all the parents and the kids. And then out of nowhere, he just says, listen, guys, while you're all here, I just want to say this guy right here, this guy here. And I'm like looking at, well, like me. And he goes, this guy, if you want to be good, you need to find a guy like this guy. Okay. If you're going to have a chance, you need to find this guy. Without this guy, I'm no one. And I'm like, and again, you just have these moments, man. And do you know what? You need them along the way, because if you don't get them, it's a pretty brutal world of just giving, and not just getting back a buzz, but getting feedback. A 22-year-old guy that can now express himself and is at the top of the game is able to look back and share. Imagine what it does to him that he can share with a group of people in front of me how much I meant. And imagine what I then go on to do. Imagine what that ripple does for me when I go on court with the next guy I'm working with. Imagine how that makes me feel. Imagine the fact that I can share this with you, and I can share it with people that are listening. I can share it with coaches that are wondering if that's ever going to happen to them or if they're ever going to feel that. And I'm telling you, stick it out, do your work, stay tough, stay true to yourself, be authentic, and people will feel you to their roots, feel you. So, I hope that just encompasses a little bit of what I'm trying to put out there.
Absolutely.
But it's tough with my own son, because I don't want him to be my tennis player. I don't want him to, I can't just
does he play?
No, he doesn't play. He plays, and I'm so happy, Dan. I'm so happy that none of my kids play tennis, because I don't like me sometimes when I coach. It's like, Bill Bixby from the Hulk. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Don't make me coach you. You're not going to like me all the time. You're not going to like me all the time. I think you're going to feel me. And I think nowadays, in answer to your question, it takes such a big shift to move people away from TikTok, from Love Island, from fantasy this, fantasy that, from playing on their PlayStations. And what I'm about is making shifts in people. I think I can make people shift, and I can move them, and I can move, and I can move teams. I can make shit happen. And that's what I value myself on doing. And I don't know where it comes from, but I know that there's been some cool influences. David Sims, Alan Jones, you guys rock it. Louis Kaye. Without Louis Kaye, I'm no one. Without Louis Kaye, I'm no one. Without Louis, I never met anyone that made me feel so like I knew nothing in my life.
Yeah.
Like I knew about the sport, right?
Amazing, yeah.
Oh, come on. And you need, listen, if you don't have anybody in your life that's going to make you feel that you know nothing, look harder. Look harder. Search for someone that knows more than you. Don't think for once know it, right?
There's a couple of things jumping out for me, and And firstly, thank you for sharing, because that's powerful. The stuff that you're sharing there. I sat there with goosebumps there. So thank you so much for sharing that. The second one is, we're not in a world, we are in a world of instant gratification, but what we do as tennis coaches is the opposite, and it's those messages that you're getting 15, 16, 17, 20 years later, so it can't be that we're in it for ego, and any young coaches listening lose that, and like you say so well, staying true to yourself, and putting it in day out, and the rewards will come.